Hi guys, get ready with me for my lesson. This is gonna be my first vlog, so hope you enjoy. So after I got Sky, I brought him to the cross ties. My trainer wanted me to ride outside today since the sun was still out, so I had to go really fast. I started with taking off his blanket and then I gave him a really good groom. I made sure to really get in there with the curry comb so that all loose dust falls out. And then I made sure to really brush him. I know in the video it doesn't seem like a lot, but I did more brushing off camera. As I said before, I needed to go fast since my trainer wanted me to go outside, so I quickly picked out his hooves and then I moved on. After I was done grooming them, I went over to my locker and grabbed my saddle pad and saddle. I try to lift the saddle pad and saddle as high as I can off his back so that there's no extra pressure that doesn't need to be there on him. I also move it more front so that his saddle doesn't slide back. I then go to tighten his girth, and he's a real big chungus, so I had to try and figure out which hole to start on, but I'm pretty sure I started at the second hole. I then did his girth up, and it's a little bit of a struggle for me because, again, he's kind of plump, so it was a little hard. I then put my boots and spurs on. He does require spurs just because he's a little on the slower side, but that's okay with me. In my opinion, I'd rather have a slow horse rather than a speedy horse. I then go to put my half chaps on. After Sky has been waiting for so long, very patiently, I put his bridle on, and he's actually pretty good for the bit. Today, he did have a little bit of resistance just because the bit was very cold, but he eventually got it in, so that's all that counts. I then adjusted his bridle. And with the noseband, you want it to be 4 fingers, and same with the throat latch. After that, we headed out to the arena, and since my trainer wasn't out there yet, we just warmed up by ourselves. We did some walk, trot, canter, and then we started jumping. We jumped a lot during this lesson, and the courses were pretty hard for me mentally and for him physically. However, at the end, I got some really nice shapes out of him, and I'm so proud of how he did. I then walked him out and made sure he had a really good stretch. First, take off the bridle off, of course, and when I take the bit out, I like for him to drop it himself so that it doesn't hit his teeth. After every ride, he always has a huge and long yawn, which you can see here. It's mainly off camera, but there are some little clippets of it, and he actually ate his halter on accident. I'm taking an extra long time putting the halter on because this halter isn't set to his large head. I then take his saddle off, which I know he was super happy about. I then gave him the carrots that he deserves, and he was very upset about them not coming quick enough. After I take his saddle off, I put on his blanket just to keep him nice and warm. I then take him out of the cross ties and head to the wash stall. After every ride, he gets his feet hosed off, but today he would not go into the wash stall. I was pulling as hard as I could, but I just could not get him inside. After he eventually got inside, I started hosing off his legs. It's really good for them, and I highly recommend it. Washing your horse's legs just improves their leg movement, and it's just really good for them. After I was almost done with his legs, I washed my boots off because he pooped on my boots when we were in the cross ties, so I just decided to wash them off. After that, he was done, and I put him back up in his pasture. After I was done with Sky, I came to visit Nemo. I haven't seen him for like a week, so I brought some carrots up for him as a little treat. However, as Nemo was eating the carrots, he got a little piece of a carrot that he chewed up into my mouth. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye!